Right, ladies and gents, well, you saw by the pictures in the drive-in, and if you watched my last video, you will know that I am at the wonderful Bluebell Fisheries. I am in peg 23 on Mallard Lake. I've got a nice big overhanging tree, which is there, and then just around there, there's a big bay where only I can fish. So what I've done is I've put a landing net pole in the water just on the edge of the reeds, and I've put my line around that, and I've sent my boat out because you can use a bait boat on here. So I've sent my bait boat out. It's 8 foot and there's a bit of weed, but with all that cover and reed line and all that sort of things, I have put a rod there, put down a Ronnie rig on a white cyberspice pop-up, and then the other two, they're fished on the rigs that I was using at Ladywood, which is sort of a combi multi-rig sort of thing. So just strip back a few inches of some coated braid, create a loop, I've put a spinner hook on with a blood liner from One More Cast, and I'm fishing that with a yellow, one's with a yellow cyberspice pop-up wafter, sorry, and one is with a voodoo wafter, which is a black one. So I'm sort of going match the hatch because I've got maple digest, bit of cyberspice and voodoo in my mix, and some chili hemp and a few of the pellets that they sell here at Bluebell. It is barbless hooks only, so I've had to sort of tweak my rigs and change the hooks and whatnot on them. But yeah, we are fishing. We're in a bit of a social, so there's 5 of us, so we're sort of all down this way and whatnot. No one's had anything as of yet. It's 10:30, 11 in the day. We got here about 7:15, 7:30. But yeah, we're fishing, cannot wait. So we'll see how it goes later on in the session. Good morning, lads and ladies. So it was the first night last night. Very cold, very windy, but quite dry actually. But when we all got in our bags after sitting around the fire, it was all quite toasty. It was a quiet night as well, nobody had anything. But yeah, the wind's proper changed now, so the wind is hacking down into this bay in this area that I'm in, because it was blowing sort of, I wouldn't say this way, it was sort of blowing at diagonal from southwesterly, but now it's northwesterly coming into here. So yeah, it was quite nice, but we'll see how it goes. If anything else happens, I will bring you guys back obviously, but if not, I will bring you back tomorrow morning. Another very, very, very quiet night last night for everyone. Whilst we were sat around the fire waiting for the takeaway to come, I had an occurrence on my rod. So it gave a couple of beeps. So it went up twice, went down twice, and then went back up again. Because on the RX Pluses you get different tones where the line goes backwards or forwards. So yeah, so I come and had a look at me rods, and I checked the new Delkin line clips I've just brought and added to my rods. Checked that, and it hadn't moved, so the fish hadn't taken any line, so I didn't bother resetting it. Hindsight, I probably should, but yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing, like I always say. But yeah, yesterday the wind was blowing down into my bay again, but it wasn't really it wasn't really hacking in, it was sort of just trickling in, whereas the previous days it was absolutely hacking it in down towards the other end of the lake. And we have seen a couple bosh sort of into the middle, right into the middle of the lake. So in hindsight, I probably should have moved next to Ant yesterday, and then just fished out in towards the middle, because last night, whilst I was trying to fall asleep, about 9:30, I heard them again, boshing one after another, boosh, boosh, boosh. Then it stopped for a bit, and then again about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, I got woken up by a mouse in my bin bag. Oh, so I've had a bit of broken sleep, but not for the right reasons. So yeah, and I heard them again boshing out that way. So I'm gonna have another look this morning, see if I see anything out that way, and potentially I could be moving and be fishing sort of the big bowl area where the majority of the fish that I've seen have been. I've seen a couple out in front of the peg next to me, so I know that they're not all just in one big group, but it's winter time, it's cold, the water temperature's down, they're all going to be sort of grouped up together. But yeah, you never know, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, keep my eyes watching the water, and then what I'll do, if I decide to stay where I am, I'll show you where my rods are by sending my boat out. So yeah, if anything happens, I'll update you, but if not, I'll update you if I move swims. Right, ladies and gents, well, unfortunately I have to inform you that it is the last day here at Bluebell Fisheries on the Mallard Lake, and I have to inform you as well, I did lose a fish last night. Yesterday I put a zig out, I put it out about 5 foot underneath the surface. Last night it went, but after that someone's alarms are next to me. After that I was playing the fish, and on barbless hooks, obviously zigs aren't really the best and the nicest things to fight them on, because you've got that lead bouncing up and down, obviously coming up the line, because I was fishing an adjustable. Chris also, who's one of the people that we are here with, he had a big drop back last night, but his receiver sensitivity was turned all the way down, so he didn't even get a beep. But we've sorted that now, so it's just a bit of a mistake. So yeah, last day, as you can see behind me, you can't see anything. I don't know where this mist has come from. This pressure has obviously picked up, but the water's flat calm, but you just can't see anything sort of that side of the lake, or even on the road bank. So, but yeah, quite unfortunate that I managed to lose a fish, and then Chris obviously sort of lost one as well. But yesterday, whilst I was putting my rods out, my bait boat decided to die whilst it was still in the water, but luckily it wasn't too far away from the front of my peg, so just got me marker lead, cast it behind it, tried to get it wrapped around the antenna of the bait boat, and then managed to bring it in that way. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a slow pack down today, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so for the session that we are here at Bluebell on Mallard Lake, I will talk you through the mix that I am using. So the mix I'm using contains sweet corn, chili hemp, the Voodoo oilies from Spar Baits in 12 and 16 millimeters, and also the Maple Digest. So I'll give you a little look at that now. It's quite yellow because I'm fishing 2 grains of fake corn over the top and also a yellow wafter. I've also put the Maple Digest glug and the Voodoo glug on top of this, so it's quite a nice looking and smelling spod mix, but I'm not really spodding because I'm using the boat. Last night I decided I was going to go for a change, or yesterday should I say, when I was in this swim. The sun was beating down, so on the left hand rod I put an adjustable zig at 8 feet above the deck, and that's on the black foam. And what I've done with that, just to add a little bit of an edge, is I've put a couple of Dendrobrina worms and created a wormy zig, but that's been out and had nothing. But yeah, it's the last day today, so I thought I'd just show you my spod mix, but unfortunately it hasn't been doing the do, or the fish haven't been feeding this session, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but that's why it's called fishing and not catching. So yeah, we've still got a few hours left. Gonna have a slow pack down and make some breakfast, and hopefully, you never know, one of the rods might just rip off with a nice big Mallard Lake fish.